Hello everyone. So in today's video I'm just gonna be going through not some of all of my G3 Monster High dolls, cause I don't know, I just kinda felt like it. I'm not feeling too hot today, so I just thought going through them and looking at them and showing them off would be pretty cool. Plus I haven't uploaded in a while, so I thought, why not? So sorry, I have a soda here, so oh, you can see that there's some bugs or dust particles in front of the camera. So I got into Monster High when I was little. Probably about I'd say 12 or 13 years old. I don't know how old I was. I think actually I was 8 when they came out. 8 or 9, somewhere around there. But I fell in love with them when I saw them. They were so cool. My mom was she was more of an alternative type of person. She kind of liked the goth aesthetic and like black and like witchcraft, that type of stuff. So I guess it just kind of reminded me of her a little bit. And it was cool that there was a doll that she liked. She quite liked them as well because they were spooky and whatnot. So we got the first wave of those, and then we got a bunch more. When I say we, me and my sibling, we collected them, played with them for a while. Sadly, a bunch of them got destroyed. I do still have some. I think I only have 2, maybe like 4 total that are still like original. But other than that, a lot of them got destroyed. But, I guess why I like G3 so much and why I want more of the dolls and have gotten as many as I have right now is just like the nostalgia factor, not necessarily because these are the best quality of doll. Well, they're still, actually, I shouldn't say that because there's I'd say that compared to most dolls as of 2023, they are quite the high quality doll in comparison to a lot of others. They're well built and quite pretty, I'd say. Even, comparing them to their old counterparts, I still think that they're quite pretty. And they still kind of keep in the theme of the whole monster thing. So, yeah, that's what I like. So, I guess we'll start with my first doll, G3 doll of Monster High. Laguna Blue, she's the only one. When they first came out and the designs were the official factory line dolls were leaked, not just the prototypes. She's the one that I like the most from the stock images, and I got her and I really loved this doll. I loved the way that they felt, the weight. I'd say they're a teeny bit heavier than the original, which I quite like a doll on the heavier side. That's why I like older Barbies, because they feel a little bit heavier than the newer ones. So these dolls have a nice weight to them, and that's one reason that I really like them. And she had this gorgeous hair. It's long. It's to her knees, and it's up in the ponytail. So once you take the hair down, it goes about to her ankles, I think, maybe. So yeah, very much so looking forward to the hair play doll of this Laguna. The hair texture looks interesting compared to this Laguna. I don't know if it's a Saran or it looks, from the pictures I've seen, it looks like a Kanekalon, but to my knowledge, they discontinued that fiber. They discontinued that fiber with the Playline dolls, I think a while ago, so I don't know if it's a Kanekalon. It's probably not, but yeah. So yeah, she has this she's one of the only, I think she's the only G3 Monster High doll with brown eyes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she just has these really gorgeous brown eyes. I consider every G3 character a separate character from the original. I don't know. I guess that's just my way of coping with them, making drastic changes to their personalities, and just like the old series. I still hold that one near and dear to my heart. I still find it the most enjoyable to watch and whatnot. But I really do love these dolls. I used to be quite critical of them, but I just really grew to like them, and I just want them. These are the only dolls that I actually kind of want. I do have like a decent collection size of Rainbow Highs. I have like 35, maybe 32, 35, somewhere around there. And I just stopped collecting them because Monster High came out. And I really do love the Monster High dolls. The shoes are cute. The shoes aren't as detailed, I mean, fantasy as the originals were. But I think they're really cute. Really cute. And I loved her, these, tie-dye, stretchy, short not jeans, what are they called? Legging type material pants. I love that. And I love they did kind of incorporate some of the original design into this doll. So if you don't know, let me just show you. So these aren't genuine first edition dolls. They're the reproductions that came out in 2022. I forget when I got these, when they came out, but I got them like a week before they were supposed to release. So Friday the 14th, I believe, were when these were supposed to come out, or 13th, excuse me. So this is a G1 and this is a G3 doll, and as you can see, they're pretty different. I still think that the G1 had like stronger designs, but I still do really love this doll. She's very nice to hold. Yeah, there's definitely a weight difference in comparison. So this is what an original G1 Laguna Blue doll would have looked like. Very nice. I love the blue color, and this is what she looks like in G3. She's probably the most drastically changed doll. In terms of just like the visual presentation of the doll, she's the most visually different one out of the whole characters that we have released now. So Deuce and her, excuse me, are the most different because he is green now, and he used to have a human skin tone. So yeah, she has these cute little barrettes, and yes, the hair color is a bit. This is more of a I don't know, it's a less intense blonde. This is more of a fantasy type, unrealistic blonde, like a lemon blonde, and this is more of a like strawberry, not strawberry, but it's not as bright. So that's Laguna. She was my first monster, and she was my introductory doll to G3 Monster High. So the next doll I'm gonna show is the one that I carried around the most. This one I carried around when I was going through some stuff, so I just carried the doll everywhere. So this is G3 Frankie. They pretty much look like their original doll. If you don't know what an original G3 Frankie looked like, here's the ghoul. Here she is. My doll looks like she has a bit of discoloration to her nose. I don't know if that's me just imagining things. So they look about the same. The skin tone changed. This is more on the blue end of things. I'd say that G3 Frankie is not quite the blue of Laguna from G1, but definitely more on the blue side than green. So this is the original Frankie doll, what she would have. The reproduction dolls are quite good likenesses of the prototypes, but not necessarily the playline doll. So this wouldn't have been what a G1 playline doll would have looked like. Yeah, so yeah, but she's really pretty. She used to be my favorite. So maybe that's why it translated into this doll, into G3. Why I carried them everywhere. I don't know. I was considering maybe getting another one and doing doing a restyle of the hair, because I seen where somebody curled their curled their hair and then gave them bangs from their concept art, and I really love that hairstyle. But I don't want to do it to my doll, because this one is my first. And if you nobody knows this about me on here, but when I get the first doll that I get, regardless of flaws or anything, that's like the doll I like the most. So any doll that comes after that isn't going to hold up to the original doll that I had. So yeah, actually their nose looks a little bit, you can't see this on camera, but their nose looks a little bit discolored as well. I don't know why. Interesting. But yeah, I really love this doll. Really cute schoolgirl type outfit. School ghoul, I should say. These aren't their original earrings. I put that in another Frankie I have because I think it goes with their outfit a bit better. But yeah, I just really love this doll. Very nice. The hair is nice and soft. I gave it a boil wash and I restyled it slightly, but yeah. Very nice, subtle. It's like not a black. They didn't use a black for their eyeliner or eyebrows or anything. It's just like a nice brown color, and it's really nice and soft. And I think the pink, they started giving these dolls blush. They didn't really give many of the original dolls blush. I think the only exception is Cleo Denial, because I have a like genuine first wave Cleo Denial doll, and she has a teeny bit of blushing to her cheeks. At least to me it appears that way. But yeah, so there is G3 Frankie. They're probably my favorite from the basic. You can't see that, but they put very cool details on the bottom of their shoes, so the camera's kind of washing it out a bit. But yeah, there it is. Cute. I really like this doll. Yeah, clothes are nice quality too. G1 didn't have the best quality of like the overall construction of the clothes, but I really loved the textiles they used for their clothes. It worked. It just has that very 2010 feel. Very, I don't know. Very Hot Topic feel, and that's what I love. So there's her. Who am I gonna show next? I guess I'll show my Draculaura doll. I guess I'll just go through all the basic wave dolls. So here's the Draculaura from G3. She's the fan favorite. You can't really find, when this doll first so I got my Laguna Blue doll off of Amazon when they first dropped, and I really wanted to get at least, she was the only one I was planning on getting from G3. I was like, I'm not going to get any dolls from G3. I like the original better, but then they kind of grew on me, especially after I seen them in person. Seeing a doll online versus in person, it's just a whole different experience altogether. So that's what happened with these. That's why I ended up with all of the ended up with so many of the dolls, because they were so pretty. I really wanted them all. But oh right, yeah, I went on a tangent. So I got Laguna offline off Amazon when they first dropped. And I wasn't planning on getting anyone else. I was thinking about getting Draculaura, and I was considering getting Cleo Denial, and that didn't end up happening. But I remember we went to my local Walmart. By local I mean like 10 minutes away, 10 minutes or less. And they typically don't have like the newest releases, so when I seen these, I almost like fell out in the floor because it had been years since I had seen Monster High dolls in stores. So she was the only Draculaura doll there. They had like, I think, a few Frankie dolls. They had a lot of Laguna. A lot of Cleo and Claudine. I don't know. I think they had a few Claudines, but Draculaura, there was not hard. This was the only one, and she had a gorgeous face, and I was so lucky. Here, let me show you the face in a little bit better. My doll's bangs are a little bit messed up from doing this. She has like I don't know. I really love the facial screenings that they did for the G3 dolls. They just look so, they look light. They look very light and they look youthful. It's very nice. It's a very refreshing. I'm glad that they did something new, even if like not all of the designs and some of the color decisions and not all of the design choices and character changing certain things are the best. I just think I think the positives outweigh the negatives in a lot of the areas, so I just really love that. It's just very sweet face, a very sweet, that's what I like to, like the way a G1 was very gothic, very scene era emo, kind of like very dark era 2010s were, and this is just like very youthful, very cutesy. That's basically how I can sum up G3 Monster High in like one sentence, like one word. It would be like bubbly. They feel very bubbly. Very cute doll line. I really love and a lot of people agree with this as well, that Draculaura, she translated the best into the G3, her and Cleo. Maybe that's why people like them so much, because they translated so well. Oh, and they actually have in this generation, I like to compare Frankie and Draculaura because they're polar opposites on the height spectrum. So here you have a Draculaura doll, and then you have a Frankie doll, which is maybe about 2 inches, maybe 2 inches taller, maybe? I think Draculaura is not 10 inches, I want to say. I think she's 10 inches, maybe. And Frankie is about 11 and a half, or I don't think they're 12. About maybe like 11, somewhere in there. Quite a couple inches difference in their height. Yeah. So that's, a lot of people like that, and I'm glad that people like something about this generation. Yeah, it's really an improvement from G2. A lot of people didn't like G2. I like G1 better, but I think G2 had some really cool dolls in it, so very nice doll. I love these dolls so much. They're nice and heavy, and Draculaura feels really heavy too. She feels very bottom heavy. I wonder why that is. She has the very pear-shaped body. Very busty in the bottom area. Quite nice, I like it. They also have a extra range of motion in their bust. They have bust articulation, so that gives them more posability, and people like that a lot. And they have the ears. They sculpted the ears to where they jet out more. Whereas if you compare that to an original Monster High doll, their ears were pretty flush to their head, like you can't even see. But I think these the ears work a lot better since they do have like monster ears on the original dolls. Each doll had a unique sculpt, so I think this helps with showing their unique sculpt a bit more from a front-facing view. I think that really works in their favor. So that's Draculaura. I guess I'll show off a Cleo Denial. Oh, her hair got a bit messy. Do I have a brush? I don't have a brush with me right now. Yes, I do. I have a I don't want to brush this hair too much because it's polypropylene and also has tinsel in it. So I just brushed it a little bit to fix it. So here's Cleo Denial. Oh, I didn't show a G1 Draculaura. Let me get her really quick. Once again, this is a reproduction, so not a one-to-one comparison. Yeah, so this is what a G1 Draculaura that would be produced nowadays, which are under the alumni name now. They're considered alumni since they don't use this sculpt. They aren't like using the sculpt for the Playline dolls anymore, so these are considered alumni dolls. And here we have the G3 doll. Very adorable. I love them both, really. They're very different time periods. That's just a thing to keep in mind. It's just like, this is very peak 2010 aesthetic. Very cutesy Lolita, the boots, being a vampire and such. And this is very natural, very natural, I'd say, in comparison to the original, at least. They still do have quite a nice amount of makeup. It's still quite glam in some areas, so I'm appreciative that they kept that. So that was G1 Draculaura, and comparing her to the G3. I really do love I didn't used to love, I guess I did really liked Draculaura, but I always was a Frankie boy myself. Frankie, Abby, and Claudine, I really liked those. Also wasn't really a big fan of Laguna, but she really grew on me. As I got older, I appreciated her a lot more. Okay, so this is G3 Cleo Denial. She has a gorgeous face. She probably has one of the this is my grandmother's favorite. Just in case you were wondering. She has probably one of the most gorgeous screenings of the G3 Monster High dolls, in my opinion. Like, her eyes are nice and big. She has the really bold black liner. She has the bold red lip. It just all goes together so well. And she has what I like to call the 90s Barbie eye. 90s Barbies, a lot of them had the where the black would be. They used a lot of blue for black in the eyes of 90s Barbies, and it gave a really interesting look. And they used that for this Cleo, and I just think she looks so gorgeous. I think they use that for every Cleo doll. Like, that's just like a signature Cleo thing in this generation, to have that, and I think it gives her so much character. And I really love her blocky brows, because if you didn't notice, they for the other dolls, they had little little hairs drawn in there, and that's the same for Frankie as well, but you can't really see. A lot more blocky, but they're in there, you can kind of see them. And then for Laguna, the same thing. So I don't know why they did it for a lot of the dolls and then didn't do it for others. I don't know what the deal with that was. I guess they just didn't have enough budget to keep everything super consistent, so they were just kind of like throwing ideas at the wall and seeing what stuck. But I really love the blockiness of it. It gives a very cartoonish look to it, and I like that. Her outfit, I really love her outfit. A lot of people didn't like her shoes, but I think her shoes are really cool. This color looks a lot like the color that is used in the Egyptian hieroglyphs, paintings, just stuff like that I've seen. It's a very, very orange red color. It's just really striking, and I love it on the tip of her shoes. A lot of people didn't like that, but I really loved it. This was the first doll to leak from G3, and a lot of people were kind of like, I don't know if they were using using another doll as a base, but I think that they were, because it didn't look quite the same as this doll. There were like changes to that doll, but I still quite liked it, and I still quite like this doll to this day. She's one of my favorites, and I love her jacket. This reminds me of something my mother would have worn. Yeah, and she has I don't know what this is called, but it's like it's like a necklace. It's like I'm not sure what this is called, actually. Yeah, I actually don't know what a lot of the Egyptian stuff is called, even though I really like Egypt and stuff. I only know a few things, but okay, next doll will be in case something fell without me knowing. The next doll is going to be Claudine, and that will be the end of, after Claudine, that will be the main ghouls covered. So this is Claudine. Oh, I didn't show, I keep doing this, I didn't show the, this is a genuine, first wave G1 Cleo doll, so. This is what a genuine first edition Cleo doll would have looked like. I think she's really pretty. Cleo was always a doll I wanted, but I never ended up getting. And I'm so happy that I was able to get this doll. I do not have any of her original clothing. I don't even have her other arm, but this is probably one of the prettiest Monster High dolls ever made, in my opinion. I think that the makeup on the G3 one is a lot better, but comparing the very first Monster High doll to the first edition of the 3rd generation Monster High doll, it's obviously going to be some stylistic decisions that, you know, might not hold up that well. Since I don't know what I just said there, but pretend that was comprehensible. I don't know. I still really like her, even though she's a very basic doll. She's very human. That's the thing. A lot of the Monster High dolls were very human with, like, colored skin, which I really liked about that generation of Monster High. But they're kind of moving away from that and making them more monster-esque ghouls and mansters and whatnot. So, yeah. I will just be along for the ride. This is also a gold elastic doll, in case you were wondering. For any Monster High fanatics out there, this is a gold elastic doll. I don't know if there's really a difference in, like, if you can pinpoint a very first edition from the elastics versus like a black elastic or a white elastic, but yeah. So that was Cleo. The next doll is going to be Claudine Wolf. This doll, when I first seen this doll, I didn't like her. I didn't like her at all. I wasn't ever planning on getting her. I really didn't like the changes that they made to her personality. Well, I didn't like the changes that they made for any of their personality, but this one in particular, because Claudine was always one of my favorites. Her personality was one of my favorites. I loved her accent. I loved her style. I loved her fierceness, I suppose. She gave off very wolf energy. This character does not give off wolf energy, nor does it give off the coolness that they are so desperately trying to throw your way. They're trying to make it seem like this doll is very stylish, and this is the main character of the franchise of the G3 universe, where Frankie was the main character of, which I think that they should have been the main character in this generation as well. I don't know, maybe just for a cool throwback or whatnot. I think that their personality is a lot more tolerable than Claudine's. I really don't like the nerdiness they gave to this doll, because her original doll she was not a nerd. She was quite the opposite. She was a very, she was very fashionable. She was knowledgeable in the fashion field. I don't know, I just really liked that about Claudine. And then watering her down, taking away not only that, but also her accent, which really made her stand out from a lot of the other Monster High ghouls. I still don't really vibe with that, but I do like the doll. I do really like the doll. Looking at the doll now from a fresh perspective, she's a really beautiful doll. She has really beautiful face up, very beautiful eyebrows. I'm still not a big fan of this hair color that they chose for this doll. I don't think it suits her that well. It washes her out, I guess. It doesn't give enough contrast, whereas her original hair. Let me pull out my reproduction really quick. This is what G1 Claudine doll, which honestly, I think this doll looks a lot better than the reproduction. Looks a lot better than the original doll did in the face department. So this is what a G1 Wave 1 Claudine would have looked like. Probably not exactly like this. She probably would have had like a very, she would have a couple lazy eyes, but that's a story for another day. But this is a really gorgeous doll. This was always one of my favorite dolls. My mother, I think this was one of her favorite Monster High dolls. She really loved the wolf. She loved wolves, so werewolf obviously. And I don't know if you can tell, but the hair, I just think that this looks a lot better with her skin tone personally, and it gives a lot more life to the design. I don't know, it just makes her face pop for some reason. Whereas this, I don't know, there's something about this hair that kind of just washes it out for me. I think it's all, like, it's a lot of desaturated tones. Like, you have the brown under here, which isn't real. This is more of like a true brown, not like a very warm. This is more of on the cooler side of brown, and this is more of a warmer brown. And the same for this purple. This is a, well, yeah, it's a purple, I suppose. This is a very cool. This is more on the cooler side, I'd say. Whereas this color is a lot warmer. Oh, you couldn't see that. This is a lot warmer. It's more of a pink, which is more of a red, which is closer to being a warmer color, obviously. But I just don't think it does her face up justice. Her screening, it just really washes out the doll in general. So that's just my personal opinion. But I do love her shoes. I think out of all of the basic dolls for the G3 dolls, she has the best shoes. And I'll give that to her. She does have really cool shoes. It has the paw print on the bottom. It has the most design. I feel like this has the most design for the shoes, at least. I feel like this has the most personality. Oh, it even has the moon cycles. I don't know if you can see that. It has the moon cycles up here. And it also has the moon cycles up here, which is very faded. I don't know why they... This is like a close to, like a faux jean material. It feels nice. A lot of the fabrics feel pretty nice, I'd say. Her earrings, I wish they had done a gold to go with this for her earrings. They didn't. But yeah, other than that, I think her face up is really pretty. I don't like her hairstyle, the one that she came with. It had like a bun at the top, and it looked kind of ugly. I'm not gonna kind of beat around the bush on that. It looked ugly in my opinion. But yeah. Oh, and she came with these gaudy glasses. Let me get them up here. Something else. Nope. Okay. Okay. These really atrociously ugly glasses. They're a square frame and they're very bulky on her. I think they look cute like this. Like if you put them on the top of her head. I just don't think that these glasses were a good design choice, personally. They could have made them a lot cuter. But yeah, so this doll 100% beats this doll, but I still really love this doll. She's really cute. I'm thinking about getting a second one and rerouting her with a different color of hair and see if I like her more that way. Maybe close to this kind of color of hair. I feel like this really screams Claudine Wolf to me. But yeah, so that was this doll. Oh, another thing. I don't know why they made her pupils like slits like that. Since like wolves they don't have slits. That's more of like that's a cat thing, feline type thing. Even the original doll didn't have that. I thought that was an interesting design choice. I don't know if that was like just a mistake or an oversight. I don't know. Also, here's Cleo Denial's headpiece. This is a really pretty headpiece. I love that. the little wing. So that's all of the main dolls. Okay, so now I'm going to be going into the 3 side characters, I guess you could call them. First being, I guess, Toralei, which this also screams Toralei to me, personally. This really is a very good interpretation of the first doll, in my opinion at least. The tail doesn't come off like the first ones, but if you didn't know, the tails used to come off, which would make it more show accurate since I don't think that any of them had tails. Toralei, at least, I know that she didn't have tail for any of the media that they did, which once again kind of gives more evidence of it them being more human than monster, but that's another story. She has this really cute faux leather jacket. I don't know if this is the type to peel after a few years, like a bunch of the early 2000s Barbies and Brat stuff, but I'm hoping that they kind of solve that issue. I don't know if they even really know that that was a thing that happened, but whatever. She has this gorgeous hair, very thickly rooted as well, it's a very nice color. It's like an orange, or like a red with orange highlights and then pink through there as well. Very, very pretty. Yeah, she's just a very simple doll, but she's really pretty. I don't know what else to say. She also has this smirk. It's a really cute smirk. I think it's really cute. This doll, I actually, so funny story with this. This is a Walmart exclusive. This is a Walmart exclusive, but it never showed up on the Walmart website for me. Even to this day, I haven't checked, but last time I did check, she still was not in stock for me on the Walmart website. And where I live, until just recently, at my second most local Walmart, they just got in the Creepover Party dolls, all of them, and I still have not seen any of the the basic dolls, these dolls right here, except that one time I seen them. They've just kind of like fallen off the face of the earth. So I had to, I'm gonna use air quotes there, because I didn't have to, but I really wanted this doll, because I was scared that people were going to buy her up to resell her at a very inflated price. More inflated than I paid for her. Newsflash. Spoiler alert, I overpaid for this doll, but I didn't overpay a very outrageous amount. It was like $15 more, $20 I guess if you include shipping, but yeah, but now they have a bunch of them at my second most local Walmart, so that was good job me, I guess. But she's a really pretty doll. I'm glad. I wouldn't trade this doll for a new one in store, even if they had a better face, because mine is a teeny bit wonky, just ever so slightly, not anything. It's kind of showing up more on camera than it does in person. Like, this eye is a little bit more to her right than it should be, but I still really love this doll. And she has really cute, very basic shoes, but they're cute. I like them. They have the paw print at the bottom. Is that the same paw print as... No, it's not. It's more of a cat print. That's more of a wolf print. But very basic. As you can see, a lot of the budget went into the... I feel like a lot of the designing budget went into this doll's shoes in particular. I don't know why. I guess because she's the main character, but she's kind of the most overlooked character as well, compared to the other ghouls, but when it comes to the doll at least. But yeah, very simple but very cute shoes. They also have these little yarn danglies that go in the back, but I have them put away because I'm notorious for losing little teeny pieces. Case in point, Dracula's ring. I lost that one night because she fell off a shelf. So, and I don't have a doll to compare this to, so maybe one day. I'll probably end up with one day. I'm thinking about starting my putting in any money that doesn't go towards the G3 dolls into my G1 collection, because I really want to grow that, and I want to get dolls that I wanted when I was little. and replace dolls that I don't have anymore from when I was little as well. So, the next doll is going to be Ghoulia Yelps. Ghoulia Yelps is a doll. I think that she probably was, looking back, one of my favorites, but I just didn't see her. I had a bunch of her dolls, but I never really noticed she was there. She was just a very basic doll. But looking back, that's what I really love about Ghoulia. She didn't stand out very much besides her. There are a few Ghoulia dolls that really stood out, but a lot of her dolls were very plain, very basic, but stylish and in theme with her character. And I really like that about Ghoulia. So this is Ghoulia from G3. So I'm going to get a, I do have a Ghoulia. She has been rerouted. This is a childhood doll of mine that I was able to piece back together from the depths of hell. I reached down into the depths of hell and I pulled out this poor girl. So, this is my Skull Shores Ghoulia Yelps. She has been completely rerouted with Kanekalon braiding hair, this really gorgeous blue color. That's nearly identical to the G3 iteration of Ghoulia, which is pretty cool. Unintentional, but cool. She has this really... She's the only doll that ever had this style of eyebrow, and I still wish that this... Sorry, I got stumbled over my words there. I wish that they did this doll with that eyebrow shape. I did see where somebody did that to their Ghoulia doll, and once again, I'm considering maybe getting a... I don't think I will, though. I'm not going to customize any of the first dolls that I get. I will always wait until I get a second doll if I ever decide to customize a new doll, which I haven't yet. Because I don't feel the need to customize new dolls. I typically only customize them when they're beyond salvaging. When it like with their face up, if their face up is just like completely bought, like their screenings are completely rubbed off, or they're just too far gone, then that's when I'll make like a custom. But I will try and salvage an old doll if I can, which I don't need to do that with these dolls because they're brand new. But I do need to do them with a lot of my childhood dolls. So she does have a really sweet face. This is a really pretty doll, okay? When I first seen this doll, I didn't like that they gave her green skin. They gave her Frankie skin color from G1. Don't know where I put... There she is. She's over there, but it's a little bit lighter than hers, but it's basically Frankie's skin color. And a lot of people didn't like that. Understandable. It's new. It's a different thing in the form of something that they used to really love. Because she used to be great. I don't know. I just really love the G1 face sculpts and the proportions of the doll. The anatomy of the doll, because they really gave off very spooky vibes with how thin they were. I really like that about them. But I also really like these dolls because they're different. I really like them because they're different. She has probably one of my favorite... I don't know why I love this little jacket so much. It's just made of a really nice to feel material. Very stretchy. Oh, the reason that I like this doll so much, this one in particular, is because my mom gave this to me. This is one of the things that I get for Christmas from her. And it means a lot to me that she gave me this. And yeah. I don't know, I just really love Monster High. I asked for that for Christmas, and that's the thing that I got from her. So, yes. I wish that they gave her pants. Because she is a skater in this iteration of the series. She's a skater, she's a gamer girl. And I don't think that the skirt really works with that well. I don't know. Let me know your opinions about that. I think pants would have worked a lot better with Ghoulia, and she has this really cute cropped shirt, little rest in peace headstone Hitstone, I think that's what they're called. She has little brain shoes. Once again, very basic, but they're in theme with the doll. No design on the bottom. Painted details on them. Very cute, very cute. She also comes with a beanie and glasses. Oh, that's what when I went to go get something, I forgot that, she had glasses. I don't know where I put them. I think I might have lost her glasses, but that was Ghoulia from G3. And there was Ghoulia from G1 as well. Another appreciation for this doll, because she's been through a rough time with my horrendous playing with her and trying to customize her and failing miserably. Okay, so we're getting close to being finished. I only have like 4 more dolls. Yeah, 4 more dolls to show. I guess I'll show my last my last unique character, and then I'll go into the duplicate dolls that I have, which is two more different characters. So yeah, we'll start with the ghoul. This is one of my new favorite Monster High dolls that I've gotten. Twyla from G3. I really love this doll. I don't have her G1 original doll. This is a really interesting doll to me because, at least from the pictures that I've seen of her original doll, which I do remember seeing that doll in person, I think I almost got her at one point, but I didn't, because Abby and Frankie and Dracula and all that other stuff. I like this doll more than her G1. I don't know why. I think it's the face sculpt. Her original one had a very odd looking face to me. It looked very mature, which that was for a lot of the dolls. They never really struck me as high schoolers. They reminded me of like fantasy high schoolers, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, they're in high school, but they're eternally in high school, if that makes sense. Like, they look like a 20-25-year-old, but they're like 15. That's what I mean. The media's version of media and company's version of a high schooler. But this one I feel like captures the innocence of what her character was supposed to be in G1. I don't know, I really like this doll. This is one of my favorite dolls from G3. I don't know what it is about. I think I really love the color that they chose for her skin as well. It's just like a nice, what do you call this? Lilac? Not lilac? Violet? Not violet. A very light purple. And she has the turquoise hair. It just goes really well together, these colors. This is one doll that I did do a teeny tiny alteration to. So her original doll, when I first got her, which I'll go into, like, me going on a wild goose chase for this doll. What am I trying to say? I brought her eyeliner down more. I painted over the top of her lash line with black because this doll had a very shocked expression, and I was a little off-put by it because I love the doll, but the eyes that she was giving me looked a little weird. So I just went over the top of that to kind of fix that just a teeny bit. It just made her a little less shocked looking, which I think that's every Twyla doll that I've seen has had a slight shocked expression. Which I don't mind if that's what they're going for, but the prototype didn't look like that, and I wanted mine to look a teeny bit more like the prototype. So yeah. This is her, and what was I saying? Oh, right, yeah. So, the first Walmart I went to, I got another Monster High doll, which is from the same line. I'll show you that one in a minute. But I went there, this was at my second closest Walmart, this doll right here, and I thought we were going to go to that Walmart that day. We didn't, so we ended up going to the other Walmart. And I was a little bit bummed, and I was like, oh, they're probably not going to have any Monster High dolls there, yada, yada, yada. Well, lo and behold, they had 4 of the one that I got that day. But I knew this doll was at the other Walmart because it said in stock. It said it was at that local Walmart on the website. So then very next day, this is very rare for me to do. I phone somebody up to take me somewhere, which that's something that I never do. I never ask somebody to take me somewhere. Maybe once in a blue moon, and this was the blue moon that I needed to go to this Walmart and get this doll, which I did, and they had several of this doll, along with loads of this doll, the Toralei, loads, just the whole Creep Over Party collection, and I wanted them all, but I couldn't have them all, so I settled for the one that I wanted the most, which was Twyla, and that's the story of how I ended up getting this doll. First time I went to a store specifically to get a doll, so that was a very cool experience, and reminded me a lot of the OG YouTuber, dolly YouTubers going on doll hunts and stuff. I used to love those videos, Mommy and Gracie, Radio JH Audrey, them doing that. It was just so much fun. So, this doll is one of my favorites, and please get her if you find her pretty as well. I highly encourage you. She's a great doll. So the next doll is the only boy doll or manster, if you will, I have from G3. He's Deuce Gorgon. I don't have his basic doll, his very first release doll. Sorry, he had a bit of dirt on his eye there. Not eye, but near his face. This is the only manster I have, and I want his basic doll really badly, but I just wanted to get... I got this doll for the Frankie that was in the... This was a 2-pack, if you didn't know. It was called Coffee Break, and it had a Frankenstein doll, and I really wanted their doll because I love Frankie. And I was like, well, it's 2 birds, 1 stone. I get a Deuce doll, which I didn't have at the time, and I get a Frankie doll that I really wanted. So I was like, well, that's the best deal. You know, $2, $50. It's just a one-off, and you have every character. So yeah, I really love this iteration of Deuce. I love the proportions they did with this doll. I love the sculpt. The screening doesn't... I really like the screening, but I would have brought his eyes down slightly. I would have shifted his whole face, this part down just a little bit more, to look a little bit closer to the animated show. I love Deuce from the animated show. He's so cute. I just want to give him a big hug because he's super cute. Same for Claude, but his doll looks kind of weird. The face, I don't know. I hope that the Playline doll is going to look better, but the eyes on that doll kind of scare me a little bit. But yeah, this is Deuce. He's really cute. A lot of people don't like his outfit from the Coffee Break, which, yeah, I can understand. It's not the best put together outfit, but I really like each piece separately, and I think it gives like this cool, like, I didn't care what I put on kind of vibe. So yeah, and I love this was it a sweatshirt? I love this sweatshirt so much. It's so cute, and I love the pants, and the shoes are okay, but they don't have any painted details, which kind of sucks because the sculpt is really nice. It has a cool sculpt, as well as snake at the bottom of the shoe. You can't see because it's really washed out, but you can kind of get a idea of what it looks like that. But yeah, I really love the boys from this generation a lot. The original ones, I do have a couple. I have Holt Hyde, no, Jackson Jackal, I believe is his name, Jackson, and I have a Deuce and then a Claude, which I need to reroute, and that's the only boys that I currently own from my childhood. So the next doll is, we're getting into duplicates now, is Coffee Break Frankie. I really love this doll when I seen this doll. I loved the prototype that they showed on the stock images. This doll does look a teeny bit different than the stock images, and I still think I prefer the very first Frankie doll that released more than this doll. but I just love the silhouette that they chose for this, the outfit, as well as the colors. They're very just bright neon and in your face. They're kind of just like going full force with the neon colors with this one, and I really love that. This is a pleather. I do love the look of pleather. I just don't know about the longevity of this. These are the earrings that went with the first Frankie that I showed, and those earrings went with this doll. I just think that the bolts, I feel like there's more bolts being utilized in this design, just like in the base design, than in that one. Plus the color of the tie and the earrings go a lot better together, so that's why I switched their earrings. This doll has, I think the hair is about the same length, and they have a side glance in this doll. Very cute. They did a different, they have a side glance. I don't know why they chose to give this doll a side glance. I don't know why. This is the only Frankie doll, this is the only doll that didn't have a side glance, that they gave a side glance. Like Draculaura always has a side glance, Abby has a side glance. This doll only had this side glance this one time, and I don't know why they chose to do that. Once again with the inconsistencies, but I find that kind of charming in a way, because you get like slight variety in your dolls, which gives them more personality, you know, because especially with a doll line like this, which is releasing like different versions of the same characters, I feel like doing slight subtle changes like that kind of make each doll have their own personality, if that makes sense. But they did a different style of eyebrow on this doll, which I quite like. I quite like it. I still think I prefer the other one better over this one, but yeah, this one still has a really cute face. I really love this one's face. And the outfit. The shoe, I don't like the shoe because of this. I don't like that. Where you bend the leg and then this part pops up. That was a really bad oversight, in my opinion. Also, the I don't know if these dolls were play tested or anything. Like, I don't know, because like the sleeve as well. Like if they had adjusted the sleeve a little bit more, I guess I could do it. Maybe. No, it's still. See, the sleeve is kind of restricting the hand movement a bit. It's not letting it go up all the way. Let me show you from this angle. Like it kind of pushes it back down. So yeah, there's some things that are kind of off with how these dolls were constructed and whatnot, but I still really like the overall designs and stuff. So that was Frankie. These were the 2-pack. The final doll is, of course, everybody's favorite, Draculaura. From guess what? The Creepover Party line. This was the doll that I got that day. Oh, I forgot to say, this doll, as well as Deuce, I had to do with the black eyeliner, because this doll's eye, I don't know if you can tell on camera, this eye is significantly smaller than this eye, and the way that they were printed on this doll made it look like they had very crooked eyes, which they did have very crooked eyes, but just kind of didn't look the best in my opinion. So I went over with black paint and it really fixed that. Got these offline. I wanted to go to Target and pick them out myself, but you can't do that sometimes, and I did that with Deuce as well, but I think his was pretty much fine. I just went over slightly just to say that I did it to him as well. But this was the doll I got the day that I wanted to get this doll, but didn't. And I really love this doll. I was not expecting to love this doll as much as I did. I think I like this doll more than Draculaura's first release doll, the basic. There's just something about, I think it's the leggings. I think I just really like dolls with leggings. And I really love the fur coat and just I redid her hair, because her hair, I didn't like the buns. I don't really like when Mattel does the buns. It looks really weird when they do it. And I love the earrings. It's just very simple yet very chic, if you will. The shoes are very weird in my opinion. I don't know why they chose this design for the shoes, they look very terrifying in comparison to the doll. The whole line in general, it just looks really terrifying. This looks like something that should have been used in G1. But yeah, I redid her hair and put it in these cute little twin tails towards the top. And she just has the most, I think it's because you can see the face a little bit better in this doll. And I think the face in general, the eyebrows are more turned down, which gives her a little bit more of a mischievous look, I guess. Are the eyebrows a teeny bit? They are. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but on mine at least, they're a teeny bit closer together, and they're more pointed downwards. They have more of an arch to them, which gives the doll a bit more of a, what's the word? Sassy look, I guess. I also really like the bubblegum. They did like more of a bubblegum pink, I guess, for this doll's hair, and a more neutral, just a more neutral lip, I believe, is what you would call it. Neutral? I don't know if that's the right terminology. I'm not the best with naming colors and stuff, so, or talking, so sorry about that. But yeah, so that was the end of this doll, just little showing off of what my current Monster High collection looks like. I'm gonna be collecting for as long as I'm able, these Monster High dolls. I eventually want to get back into Rainbow High, but there's just so many Monster High dolls being released and that have been leaked. Particularly the one that I want the most is Abby Abominable, because Abby was one of my favorite characters. Character-wise and doll-wise, I had a bunch of her dolls growing up, and I really loved her character from the webisodes and animated series. And I just really want that doll. And I do have a G1 Abby doll from when I was a child that I fixed up, which I think I showed in my showing off some of my reroots video. I think I did. So yeah, that was the end of this video, and I hope that anybody who may be browsing by and happens upon this video likes it. And if you did, yay, I'm glad. So, bye-bye, peace out. I'll see y'all next time I decide to upload a video. Bye-bye.